Hey, good evening to you. Mark Sutton with HurricaneTrack.com here. Going to do a quick update on Tropical Storm Delta for you real quick. That's why it's called a quick update. A couple things I want to point out that I think are very important here. Just a couple things that caught my eye and I was thinking about and I want to share with you. First, look at the organization of this system. It's developing a well-defined core right in here. Very high thunderstorms there. That's that convection that we talk about where it bubbles up. That's that upward motion in the atmosphere. And as those thunderstorms go up, it pulls air in from all around in that counterclockwise fashion that you see, that telltale sign. And this is an indication that this is well on its way to becoming a hurricane first, and then eventually a major hurricane. I think that the ceiling is very high here. It would not surprise me. I'm not going to sit back and go, oh, I'm utterly shocked if it becomes a Category 5. Now, that's different than saying I'm predicting that. We know that intensity forecasting is where there is the least amount of skill in the world of hurricane forecasting, and the water temperatures are warm. The upper levels are going to be very favorable, getting more favorable, and it won't shock me at all if this makes it to at least the strength of Laura and maybe stronger than that. So that's a quick look at the intensity. Now, I want you to take a look at this. This is a still frame image here. I'm sorry, it's a GIF animation. My fault. You can tell I'm so worked up about showing this that I forgot what I was showing. So this is the 18Z GFS. This is a GIF animation courtesy of TropicalTidbits.com. This is the 850 millibar level of the atmosphere, which is about 5,000 feet up. And what we're seeing is a couple things that kind of pinwheels around the leftover energy here, that binary interaction, binary meaning two, between gamma that finally fades away and the approach of delta. The faster that this piece of energy with gamma gets out of the way down here, presumably the less interaction this will have with the Yucatan. If it's more pronounced, this could go over Cozumel, instead of just clipping the northeast part. But it looks like we could have a landfall here over the Yucatan, and that's why there are hurricane warnings for that area. So you folks that have gone through gamma, now you're going to have to potentially deal with delta here as a hurricane, more than likely. So we're going to have to watch this. The next 48 hours are key, and the more south this goes, if it cuts across like this, it could change the outcome of the whole situation, in terms of this taking the energy out, the core getting disrupted, versus just a little bit of a clip up here. That's going to be a big key. So I call that key number 1. And let's just add that in here in the color black. We'll call this key number 1, the first key. The second key up here, I do believe, is this ridge that you see out over the eastern part of the southeast and the western part of the Atlantic. Right there, I think that's huge. And where this sets up is, and I mean, of course, this is not like, oh, Mark, you've discovered something that nobody else can see. No, that's not the case at all. But I've just it kind of dawned on me that, this is really critical, because the more east this is, if it's over here a little bit more, if the center of this ridge, this is a height line right in here, it's like a topographic map of the atmosphere. And we're looking at the lower 5,000 feet, yes, but this bubble of air over here, if it slides a little bit more to the east, or it's just not quite as robust, think of it as an inflated balloon. If it's not inflated as much, then this turn that delta has could happen sooner, and it could come up as far east as Alabama. Certainly, that is not out of the realm of possibility. If the turn happens later, then the trajectory would be more, like we're seeing now, that it follows along into east central Louisiana. And if it's even later than that, it could come over here where Laura impacted, and we certainly don't want that. We don't want it at all, but we can't change that. So this bubble of high pressure right through here, this ridge, the strength of it, how far west it is, and then a little bit of a hint here of this approaching energy from the northwest coming in to maybe knock down that ridge a little bit. Man, this is where it's all going to come together and be so important, because the less ridging there is, or like I said, if this is scooted over east just a little bit, then this turn could happen soon enough. Maybe it comes up and goes like that. A lot of possibilities here. And conversely, honestly, if this ridge is stronger and more to the west, then this gets pushed further south, and it could come up here towards Lake Charles and the area where Laura impacted. And I don't know. Nobody knows the answer for sure. Nobody knows for sure. We can look at the ensembles versus the operational. This is the operational model. And remember, the ensembles are like looking at a big crowd and getting an idea from everybody instead of just one person's opinion. And we're going to have to just see how this unfolds. But a couple of very interesting details here as we look at what's going on with Delta tonight. I think unless it goes over a big chunk of the Yucatan, that this is destined to become a very intense hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico, and that is definitely indicated in the modeling here. This lower 5,000 feet of the atmosphere, we call that the vorticity signature, is very, very formidable. And this could leave quite a historic landfall in its wake in Louisiana or elsewhere. We don't know for sure, but that's what I was looking at. Wanted to share it with you. And there you go. I don't even have a title card or anything. I just wanted to jump in and post this quick update. All right, I'm packing up, getting ready to head out tomorrow. I'll be heading to Mississippi, start from there, meet up with Greg Nordstrom and Brent Lynn to help out. The three of us will be working this mission together, bringing pretty much everything we've got, a big arsenal of live equipment, GoPro equipment to record stuff, even the weather balloon, Herbie, the payload. We're bringing that as well. Maybe this will hit in the daytime. That would be great on a lot of levels. It helps if they hit in the daytime for obvious reasons. And I'll be reporting on all of this from the road. Tomorrow's a travel day, so no live video, but on Wednesday, you bet, we will be live as we cover what will be Hurricane Delta. All right, I'm Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com. Thanks for watching. I'll have more for you in the morning.